The paint's so bright and the highlights are so bright that it's triggering the auto darkening on my welding helmet. It's pretty nuts. I've been waiting 9.5 years for this thing to be painted. It's a full circle moment for sure. How are we going to do the back of the doors, Hurdle?
Very carefully.
Do we need to take those outside, do you think?
I mean, I blew them out pretty good.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Sweet. I really don't see the point of the dry rag, Hurdle. It's already dry by the time you get to it.
It's because you didn't put enough on it.
I'm not used to having a boss. Sounds like you're starting up like a TIE fighter or something. We came in yesterday at around 11 o'clock. We were at an undisclosed location, can't really share, but we came in yesterday at 11, got all of the panels prepped, so everything is pulled off the car, the doors, hood, deck lid, flares, fenders, everything. We've got suspension dropped out of it to make spraying the wheel wells easier. We prepped everything, got all of our edges masked up. Everything is the way it needs to be in the booth right now. We've actually already sprayed sealer on the car, so the whole car was sprayed in a dark gray sealer first. I've had this paint for a while and I've been waiting for this day, and everything's going really well so far. We are in the paint booths today. This is the color reveal, people. This is what I've been waiting 9.5 years for. Aspen White. We have 3 booth loads worth of parts to spray today.
You gotta stay motivated.
That's right.
Can't be listening to love songs in there.
Well, you started off by saying Taylor Swift, so.
Yeah, I was kidding.
Man, that's gonna be bright.
Let's do this for a second.
Good idea.
You don't know how I know.
Is that new to you?
You don't know how I know Brian doesn't do this every day? Because you can't see what that is with the handle out.
Anything else you want to point out?
You could be a painter.
I probably could be if I wanted to be, but
Any idiot that eats crayons could paint a car.
do you have his mic turned back up? Okay, all right, just making sure. Oh, look at that, man. Big white car guy here.
You almost go snowblind after a while.
Yeah. That stuff's pretty dark too, so it's hard to.
You will when you start spraying that white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like this.
Get a couple coats on, then we'll go in.
No idea what I'm doing. Woo! Yeah, those little cracks, fiberglass. Yeah, there's like little hairline cracks, but it's not bad. This is the problem with fiberglass, boys and girls. No matter how much prep time you put into it, little stress cracks here and there pop up like crazy because it's gel coat on top of it. You bend it the wrong way, the gel coat will just go ping. So it's a race car, right? It's not going to SEMA anytime soon. Who knows? Maybe it is. Yeah, the rest of it looks really good. Man. Same thing with the stress cracks and stuff. Like, you put the hardware on just hardly too tight, ping. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be perfect enough. Looks really good. This is the first heavy coat on the car.
Yeah.
On the back. Okay. Probably going to be raining.
Yeah.
with our luck, it'll be raining tomorrow. We won't even get to look at it. All I'm here for today is to mix paint. And ooh and ah. Hype up my boys, you know? How are we looking on coverage? How many more coats, full coats we got, you think?
Just one.
Okay, one more.
Yeah.
All over everything.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
So,
How many more cups you gonna need, you think?
4.
4 total.
Yeah.
It's gonna be pushing it. We got it. We got it. This is 1. We're gonna go through a whole gallon.
But it's still gonna make.
2.5 gallons.
You would definitely get
you
through
can't
the
pay
whole.
what we got for 2.5 gallons.
It's gonna make over 4
Yeah,
gallons probably.
you should be using a paintbrush. Now think of.
Oh boy. Okay.
I think we're underestimating this. This is probably a very nice
good.
clear.
It probably is.
Oh yeah, that other stuff that you got, that's probably like.
That's probably like
Show car
car slick.
I might just call Derek really fast just to like see what he says
I
about
can see
it.
what he says about this stuff.
Yeah. Because like I said,
Make sure he doesn't say, "Oh, I hate this junk."
Yeah.
Yeah. Because really, the only thing that I would worry about looking really good is the roof. Especially if you want to see the carbon pattern and because it's dark.
It's gonna get PPF on it too, anyways.
We
in the
can
future,
mix.
so.
We can mix elegance for that and shoot
Yeah.
3 good coats on that.
I'm gonna call Derek. Call
Easy.
the Sherwin expert.
See what he says about it.
Let's get this on speaker.
If we don't have an option, is that a good option?
If he answers.
Yeah.
Hello, amigo.
Yo, how are you? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Oh boy. The Elegance Clear obviously is like the difference between the two would be like race car versus show car kind of thing.
No, I mean both are kind of the same quality. I just like how the Elegance Clear flows out a bit better than the 950.
Okay.
But the 950 is awesome too. So
Okay.
if you've got multiple gallons of that at your disposal,
We
just
do.
use that.
Sounds good. Okay, that's what we needed to know. So that
There's no difference really.
so
I
the
don't think
the
that's
difference
very awesome.
so the difference between the two, like you said, the guy spraying it is right here. The difference between the two, you said the Elegance just flows out better.
Yeah, I think so for me. But some folks tend to think 950 flows better. So personally, I like the 11057 or 755, the Elegance Clear.
Yeah. Okay. But they're both pretty.
Both are awesome.
Both are awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll just go with that then.
Cool. That sounds good. I'll show you a picture when you get all sprayed.
We'll do, buddy. Thank you for your help. You're on a YouTube video, by the way.
Cool.
Appreciate you, man.
Good luck, man.
Thanks for your input. Thanks. Bye. We're gonna drip the clear off the roof, so we're not worried about that. It's just gonna be pouring. All right. All right. So you don't want to do one booth with Elegance, one booth with this. You'd rather all keep it the same.
Just keep it all the same.
Sounds good. All right. So for the people watching, Hurdle, explain the difference between all of these, and let's align them like that, so people watching understand the dilemma we're going through right now.
All right, so this can be something you're doing that might not be seen, or you're doing a small part, and you can go fast with it. Not something that you're going to be able to go from panel to panel to panel, because you're going to start getting dry edges. You'll never be able to get it to flow how you need to. This is an all-over clear to where you can basically just do circles around the car, and you'll always have a wet edge to lead into, so you won't have a spot that gets really dry and orange peely. And then this is just like show car stuff. Like if you're planning on hammering clear on it and wet sanding and buffing it and it being nice, that's the stuff you're gonna use here.
Okay. So what happened is we only ordered one of these, and we went through a lot more paint than we anticipated. So luckily, our friends here at this undisclosed location have multiple gallons of this on the shelf. So we got the clear to just go ahead and use this for everything on the car, engine bay, wheel wells, everything. So that way we don't run out and get ourselves into a bind. So that's the route we're going.
Do we need to check coverage?
I would think
Let's see if we can find an area. all looks pretty covered though.
Oh, it's pretty good.
We're tired. This is taking a lot longer than we anticipated, but we are down to the last coat of clear that is going on the car and the hood. So we've got 2 more full cups here. We're going through materials like crazy, but it's looking good, right? Yeah. We underestimate this job a little bit, maybe?
A little bit.
A little bit.
That body kit, that thing's rowdy. Sure, man. You're the boss.
I don't like that. Jimmy's the boss. Dalton's the boss.
Dalton's the boss. That's not like that.
Dalton's the boss.
Yeah.
Camera guy's the boss.
Yeah, camera guy.
You gotta pull the door, bud. You're getting tired. All right, we've been waiting 9.5 years for this moment. Maybe not we, but I have. Subaru Aspen White. You guys might be saying, wow, we did all of this, we built up all this anticipation for just a plain white vehicle. Absolutely. This is the best white ever made on a vehicle by far. No yellow in it. It's more of like a blue, like ice white. And you just wait. Let's roll it out in the sun. That way you guys can really see it and see what I'm talking about. So for all of you that actually work on vehicles, if you build cars or you do DIY stuff on your own vehicles, you know that every time you plan to do something, it never goes to plan, right? We had a few of those moments this weekend when trying to get this thing painted. We almost ran out of base coat, so that was fun. Good thing we didn't decide to paint the inside and the outside of the car because we would have gotten ourselves in quite a bit of a pickle. And then before we started spraying clear, we realized that we weren't gonna have enough clear either. So we kind of had to back up and pivot and kind of change our course of plan for that as well. So luckily there was 2.5 gallons of clear on the shelf that we were able to use. And that came in handy because we were gonna need it. So how did we get to this point though? So we had all the panels off the car as you saw. We had the hood and the chassis in one paint booth in itself, and then all of the parts in 2 separate paint booths, just to kind of create some more space to move around, and so that way like overspray doesn't dry on panels and things like that. But we sealed the car. Every time you paint something, it's got to get a coat of sealer, and then you do your base coat and your clear coat. So in the videos, you'll see some dark gray being put down. That's the sealer. You got to seal everything, like all the body work and all the primer that we did. And then for all of like the engine bay, the back of the doors, underneath the deck lid, underneath the hood, basically we didn't really like slick that stuff out because it's a race car, right? It's not a SEMA car, it's not a SEMA build. Maybe if somebody wants to invite us to SEMA, you certainly can. But so we kind of just like scuffed and then sealed and sprayed that stuff instead. So saved us a lot of prep time there, and it still looks incredible. Like if you look under here, you can kind of see it's still just as quality as the rest of it is. It's just not as like glassy, if that makes sense. So we gave the clear like 24 hours or so to kind of naturally cure in the paint booth. We didn't bake it or anything like that, because if you bake the clear, then you can run into issues of solvent pop or things evaporating too quickly and causing some issues in that process. So we wanted to just leave it as natural as possible, let it just all the solvents evaporate best they could just naturally. So it was a little bit, we waited a day, but then once we got in the next morning, man, it was so nice to just see everything. Nothing happened. You know, we faced some battles in the material side of things, but as far as like the paint stuff goes, you know, nothing, no solvent pop, no fish eyes, there's little pinholes here and there, but again, it's a race car. So it's 100% exceeded my expectations. And I think anybody that sees this thing in person is gonna be completely shocked at how good this thing looks. Once I get an engine back, I'm not gonna hang the fenders or anything like that until I get the engine and transmission back in it, but you know, we can start putting like taillights in, and then the rear, like there's like a rear body panel that goes under the taillights. We can put that in. Windows, the window stiffeners, the receiver brackets that go around the windshield. We got some stuff we can do, for sure. For sure. See a dent in the hood.
Uh-oh.
Just a little one. Just a little. That'll be all right. Fresh paint. Are you rolling already? Oh, okay. 9.5 years have made it. The entire time that we were matching, like choosing paint colors for our house, shout out to my wife for this, because the whole time, I didn't correct her. She kept referring to it as Sherman-Williams for months. And then finally when the painter comes in, I'm like, are you saying Sherman-Williams? And she's like, yeah, Sherman-Williams. I'm like, all right. And I showed it to her, she said, no.
Yeah, I used to paint a bunch of mountain bike stuff. And so my buddy that owns the bike shop, after I picked the bike up and I was getting ready to paint it, he texted me, he's like, hey, can you paint a somewhere on this bike? And I texted him back, I was like, listen, I said, you're talking to the wrong person if you're joking. Because I was like, this thing will come back with a on it. And he's like, no, really? I was like, okay. So basically what happened is this dude went out and bought like a $6,000 carbon road bike. And so when Giant builds bikes, the carbon bikes are flat clear.
Yeah.
He wanted it gloss clear. So what I did is I airbrushed a little in the bottom of it, and then I cleared over it. Well then, when I went to drop it off, the guy was there. So the owner of the bike shop came running outside. He's like, dude, this guy's here. He's like, and I don't want him to know that there's a on this bike. I was like, okay.
Well,
So I gave it to him, whatever, I left. Well, like a month later, I went back, and I walked in the bike store. He's like, hey! I was like, what? He's like, you're the guy that painted my bike. I was like, yeah. And then he's like, he called his wife, or I don't remember what her name was, he's like, this is the guy that painted a on my bike. Dude, he loved it. He thought it was hilarious.